The new year has brought in a flurry of activity across the stables at Wentworth Woodhouse. We've continued our work to improve drainage in the main stables courtyard, and this phase of work should be completed shortly.
At roof level, we've made significant progress, completing the laying of the slate lats and starting re-roofing the original stable structures with reclaimed slates. We managed to save about 70% of the old slates from the stable's roofs that we removed, and this is being relaid and supplemented with reclaimed slate from the riding school and the mansion itself, which we've had in storage. You can see here that the slate lats aren't laid at even intervals. This is because we're relaying the slates to match the original Georgian designs, where larger slates were laid at lower levels of the roof, with smaller slates being laid at the top. The slates reduce in size as they reach the apex of the roof, and at ground level, this creates the impression that the roof is larger than it actually is. All of the slates are being held in place with copper nails.
We've also been pressing on with stonework repairs, including laying the bonding course where the top of the walls meets the timber roof plates. We've also received an exciting invitation to visit Mono Masonry, stonemasons for the stable's Regeneration programme. On a wet day in the middle of February, we went over to meet the team at Mono Masonry in Oldham, about an hour's drive from Wentworth Woodhouse. Mono Masonry are the contractors doing all of the stone masonry for the Phase 1 Stables Regeneration project. We're using two different types of stone in this phase of works. Scotch buff from Cumbria is being used to face the new kitchen extension. This will complement the original stonework, but it will have a very different and obviously modern finish to it. We're using a stone which is quarried in West Yorkshire called Woodkirk sandstone for the various repairs and replacements that are necessary to the original stonework. This is an excellent match to the existing stone that was worked by the Georgian craftsmen who built the stables over 200 years ago. Many of the replacement units of stone are quite small. They'll be used to replace complete sections of stone that are too weathered or too damaged to retain, or they'll be used as indents to replace parts of blocks where original material is sound enough to be retained. We're keeping as much of the original material in the structure as we possibly can. In addition to the smaller units of stone, some huge pieces are also being created. These will replace heavily decayed sections of the cornice which runs along the top of the old carriage houses. Each block weighs about half a ton when completed. The blocks are all very wet when they're being worked. This avoids potential mishaps caused by differing levels of hardness within the stone, which can result in too much material being inadvertently chiselled away. This is known as plucking and can easily ruin a carved block of stone. The cornice stones have been created using a plastic template sheet which precisely follows the intricate profile of the original cornice. A combination of hand tooling, pneumatic chisels and grinders are used to form the cornice.
When reinstalled, these pieces will be visible in the main stables courtyard, above the windows of the new stables cafe.
Inside the structures that will become our new production kitchens, new flooring has been laid, and this really does convey the scale of the new kitchen layout. The flooring at first floor level will be installed shortly. Our intention is that the first floor levels will give access to toilets and storerooms. The corridors that lead to these will feature the exposed original stable stonework, including the arches, so our visitors will be able to see and touch the work of the 18th century craftsmen within the new structures that we're creating.
I'm Rory Chisholm. I'm an architect and associate at Donald Insel Associates. We are the architects and lead designers behind the works here at the stables at Wentworth Woodhouse. One of the biggest challenges on a project like this, turning a Grade 1 listed building into essentially a modern kitchen space and cafe space, is the proportions of the historic building being quite small and the need for large open plan spaces, as you can see, that we're constructing at the moment. Luckily on this project we were able to do the research and find that there was a demolished 1920s extension close to the site, and so we were able to rebuild that as part of the project and get the extra floor area that we needed to. Good research into the building has allowed us to propose some quite ambitious proposals to get the floor area that we need and allow it to become a modern, high-quality kitchen. One of the key strategies about what we're doing in the building is that we're trying to make it more energy efficient within the constraints of a historic Grade 1 listed building. So apart from putting new insulation in the roof space as we relay the roof to try and keep the heat in, we're also putting in some new windows that are high energy efficient to keep the energy in the building. And then slightly trickier with the historic windows, where we're retaining the existing joinery where we can, but we're inserting higher efficiency glass within the joinery. So in different parts of the building, we're able to put in modern technologies in some places and use modern technologies to improve the historic construction techniques in other places. And as a whole strategy, we will try and retain as much energy as we can inside the building to reduce heat loss and improve the sustainability of the historic building.
It's so exciting to see things taking shape at an ever-increasing pace. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel so that you never miss an update. And please leave us a comment below. We love to hear from our YouTube audience.